Yeah.
So, Mr. If you could tell me first, where that name come from?
Yeah, the name, I just came up with the name because I just love the song of it, right? But afterwards, I went and I found out the meaning and stuff, and then I said, you know, this is the name for me because I love to do positive music, and it's about positivity, and you know, so I stuck with the name. You know, and then some people started to saying, use real Mystic, but I can use there and use Mystic just so, but we're gonna go into that more just now. You know why people used to say that I'm name of nature or mystic and these kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, tell me how you got into music.
Well, it was something natural for me. I just started doing it for as a hobby. Up to now, it's a hobby basically for me because in Guyana you don't really, you know, you make a little bread, but there's about it, you know. I basically wasn't a person that used to speak a lot, but then I found out I could write, and I started to write. And then as I found out that singing was something that I could do better than others, I started saying, well, I could make this a career, you know, because I basically singing from small, but I never knew it was something that outstanding then. Because everybody, my cousins and everybody around me at the time, we used to sing. So I said, well, everybody could sing. But then in school, I had two girls that I used to sit with, and they basically brought it to my attention that that you could sing, that you should enter competitions and stuff. So yeah, that's how I started to like run into people that was in the music arena, and that's basically how I just fell in love with it more and more.
I know you from a lot of reggae. Is
Yeah.
that your preferred style?
Yeah, that reggae basically comes out natural for me because some people would people like who understand music and vocals and singing really well, they would say that I is an Indian bano with a soul voice, like bring out soulful music, and reggae is about the really, if you know. So it's something natural in me. I would start even a chutney song in a kind of reggae vibe. But then, you know, we realize, yeah, you got to switch it, it's got to be chutney, yeah? You don't chutney music, yeah. So you can't make it sound too reggae.
Me just realize me's a Coolie Bai. Me I can sing some song like a Coolie Bai. Some school, some bun like a Coolie Bai.
So coming to Chutney, Coolie Bai was, you know, is the song that most people know you from in recent years.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, that was basically a fun song. We were in the studio, the guys had a dance hall track, and so everybody was vibing. We planned, if you know the dancehall scene, they would get like rhythm-driven albums and stuff. So we were basically thinking along that line. And when I look around the studio, I realized I was the only straight hair band around there. So I just started to sing. We just realized Mr. Coolie Bai, right? And everybody was like, "Wow, you just killed this track, boy." Nobody want to go on the track anymore. So we turned it into kind of semi-soca, chutney, wherever. We just added instrument to give it a more Indian feel, seeing that I'm singing about Coolie Bai. And so I freestyled basically the chorus and the first verse, and I just left it in the studio. Went back to Black Bush, and went doing my regular thing, planting my rice and just there in my own world. And then I got a call from the studio saying that Natural Black, one of our more prominent artists, he heard the demo and he basically was cracking up in the studio and he wanted me to finish the song. So I went and I finished the last verse where spoke about the big up them cane cutter and these kind of thing, and yeah, the song basically flew, you know, everybody gravitated to it, and that wasn't even in the times of TikTok and all these things. It just went viral, you know. I didn't even realize what was going on until I died in Black Bush with my whole regular self, and people coming from overseas just to reach me. I was like, whoa, then is when I really like understood what was going on, that the song just went mad, you know, and yeah. And basically it was like a cult following for me overseas. People brought the babies and just wanted me to hold the baby. Hold the baby, bless the baby. Like, what? Yeah.
But this chutney music is not your vibe.
It's not my vibe, but just because of the dimension that song took, I basically had to started get into the chutney kind of thing. I don't really like it. to be honest, but you gotta do what you gotta do because you gotta earn, you know. So.
But you were saying it was like a blessing and a curse for you in terms of
Yeah,
kind of music
because
you like.
because a lot of people would refer to me as Coolie Bai, right? And they know me from that song and wants to hear more of that kind of vibe. But who really know Mystic as an artist knows that I do a lot of reggae music, and I got people who knows me strictly from my reggae side of things. But then majority of the people know me from Coolie Bai fame, so they would want more chutney vibe. And I would give them, because to be honest, it's fun as well. I would give them the chutney vibe, go and do some shows in New York, Queens, wherever in Canada and stuff. Make a little money, come home back and, you know, just relax. But deep down in my heart, I really love reggae music, and I got the belief that I have the talent to take Guyanese music to that level. I know I got the potential to take it to the level through the reggae music, that the music could reach as far as it, which and I have people in India that messages me, and you know, they love the vibe, and basically got a guy that is promote shows in Goa in India, that wants to take me to do a show over there, but I don't feel prepared as yet, because I'm now basically getting to discover myself, you know, more. So I think I would tackle it this year. Yeah, because I got some stuff I want to release before I go. You know, some songs that I want to sing to the people there. So basically I would work on them for this new year and get things going. Places like South Africa, Mauritius, Fiji, all these different places I get message from, because a lot of people seeing one of their own kind doing this quality music, and they're very impressed.
But you have performed all over
Yeah,
already.
I did shows in Barbados, Canada, England, the US. But I still feel I could go further than that, because basically those places that I call, including Suriname and Holland, basically there's a pinnacle for chutney music. That is where chutney music will take you. But I always see myself, Trinidad as well, yeah, well, yeah. But I see myself going further than that, because I know I got the potential, I know I got the music, the song and everything to go further than that. And basically, going further basically is taking Guyana, taking the name, Guyana name to that level. And I know I could do it.
So what's stopping you?
Well, as I said earlier, I'm now discovering myself. I basically, I didn't know about this part of my life, that I was battling anxiety and depression and these things. That is why people used to say I'm mystic, the name of nature, because I used to like just hide myself away. When it became too much for me, I didn't know how to deal with it. I mean, with the fame comes expectations, right? And sometimes it becomes too much for me. The anxiety used to kill me, right? Like preparing for a show, that was it. Because when I'm on stage, I'm the most happy person in the world on stage. But getting on stage used to be my problem, you know. So along the way, I met you. I explained to you what was going on with me. I spoke to Ravin, and then our first lady heard of the situation as well, and some other close people to me, and I started to open up, and that is when I realized that this was affecting me from since as long as I could remember, since in my childhood, through high school, through everything, you know. But I didn't know it was an illness. I used to say, well, this is just my style. But then when I realized people around me, other musicians and stuff, basically enjoying stuff that I would keep myself away from. And that's when I realized, you know what, I'm battling with something bigger than me, that it's beyond my control. You know, sometimes I would fight it, but then most of the times I can't deal with it. I would break down. I would even like start thinking suicidal, and it basically had people questioning what really happened to Mystic. Why some people would be like, how come this man ain't become famous as yet? How come? Because they know they hear the music, they know that I got the talent, but it wasn't. I don't blame anyone for that, and it basically was out of my control as well, you know. So I realized that the whole mental issue with me began when I lost my father. And at that time, I didn't really realize what death was. I was just a little kid in Black Bush, a little country boy. I didn't really know. And but as I started to dig deeper and realize it was on the day of my dad's funeral, this is when I really realized that my dad died, that he ain't coming back then, because some of his friends attended the funeral, and I was walking across the bridge from our yard, and then the guys were saying, some big men, and saying, well, look how this man Lil Bai and this man that he did, man Lucifer, and this is when it stuck. And for me, a light went out in my head that from that day, like something dark. That was it. And basically, that is what I was battling. I still battling it from then, and it was a struggling. I was just like five, yeah. And to make things even worse, our life started to go haywire with myself, my sister, and my mom. It was just the three of us. So things started to get real tough. We had to left Berbice. We had to left Black Bush. We end up in Georgetown. We had to go. We end up and live in Albaistown, which was like totally different from what I knew of life. Yeah. Basically, we didn't even know what to expect. That was the first time me and my sister was leaving Black Bush to actually go somewhere. So we were scared and we were crying and stuff. Eh? Anyway, we started to settle in Albaistown, a whole different life. Then when we were now settling in and becoming comfortable, life took another turn. We had to move from where we was in Albaistown. We ended up in Sophia. And basically, back then, Sophia was bare bush. We used to bathe with the drain water and stuff, you know. Was terrible, man. It's a life that I wouldn't want it for nobody else. You know, knowing that we had a nice, I grew up around a nice stable family. I had my dad and everything around, and then everything just went haywire after that. And then I started school, primary school. Then I wrote the exam, and I got a place at Central High School. But as I grew older, I started to realize that something bothered me that I can't really pinpoint. Where is it really? You know, like when opportunity comes up to do certain things, I would shy away from it. And that is how I realized later on that this anxiety and depression and all these suicidal thoughts is things that I used to be thinking from since back then, and it affected me right through my high school days. And because to be honest, I don't really recall much happy moments in high school. You know, it was always just trying to fit in, because you're living poor in a place that you can't really it's like you're at a position that your mom can't afford certain name brand for you and this kind of thing. And back then, that was the thing. If you weren't wearing brand name, well, you weren't really there, nothing, you know. So you're always trying to fit in. Peer pressure was a big part. It used to knock me down terrible. I used to just try to fit in, and then I started to become very rude towards teachers and these kind of thing. But I battled through, and I found music along the way. And but that is when now what I was battling became more of a serious issue, because as I found music and music became my career, well, obviously I got to deal with crowds. I got to have a social life, and that is when everything kicked in. That this here, so I can't deal with it alone. I need help. Yeah.
Because you told me that, I mean, you would go on tours on different countries. But you wouldn't be doing things afterwards or before.
Exactly.
You'd be in your room.
Yeah, I would be in my room, because I would just be overthinking. I would be thinking all the negative stuff. What if my voice crack on stage? What if I forget my lyrics? You know, what if the people boo me? And I wouldn't think about all the nice stuff that I could do. I could amaze these people with my vocals. I could entertain them. I wouldn't think about that. I would just keep thinking about the negative things. And that used to beat me, because I used to just lock up in my room. Like the first time I traveled, I went to England, and I basically survived on fruits. I wasn't eating any food, like solid food. I just had my manager go and get fruits for me, and I just locked up in the hotel room for days. I just used to come out to go to rehearsals, come back and just shut myself away. When I did the show, the actual performance that I went to do, it was amazing because it was me and Chris Martin on the show, the Jamaican reggae artist. So basically we were backstage looking at the Olympics, the 100-meter finals. Where Bolt was in it, and I can't remember who else. Well, a couple of Caribbean athletes. Anyway, so me and him, we were talking about the Olympics, the race, the 100-meter finals and stuff. And just after that, when Bolt won the gold and everything and stuff, I had to go and perform. So everybody was in this big, everybody was vibrant and stuff. And now, poor me, now got to go and revive this crowd again, let them start think music again. And I did well because it had these people who were part of like the engineer and the light people and who were part of the production team. They actually left where they was and come and lift me up and like, wow, your music is great, some white chap, and your music is great. You like, where you from and these kind of thing, And I felt really good that I actually impressed people, the first time. There's the first time I'm leaving Guyana, the first time I'm actually singing with a band and these things. And I did really well. And but they didn't know the battle that I went through to get to that point.
You would go mystic.
Yeah. After that, when I come back home, I would disappear in Black Bush. The guys at the studio would go look for me. They would go something them and go left tongue and come tell them Black Bush just look for me because and the thing is that I tried to leave music a few times, right? But music is in me. It's in my DNA. I can't run from it, because some of the first things I would do as I wake up, I would be humming a melody or something, it's just a part of me. And because of the anxiety issues, I used to just run away from it, but I can't. This is me. The music is part of me, and basically is my career because I choose it to be that, because I know I got a potential and I know what I could do for music in Guyana. Because my biggest dream is to win a Grammy someday for Guyana, and I know I got the potential to do it. I just need the right frame of mind and the right people around me to get that done. And I know I could do it.
Why are you talking about this now? Why haven't you spoken about your mental health troubles before?
To be honest, I never knew it was an issue or an illness.
You didn't know it was a thing?
No, I didn't know, right? But as I started to battle it more and more, and I started to read up a lot, and then I reached out to you and Ravin, and I basically I broke down on the phone. I called Ravin a day and I just broke down. I couldn't deal with it anymore, and I just started to open up. Anybody who would listen, I started to open up about it because I realized, I need to get help for myself. I need to get myself together, and I need to help people as well who are battling these illnesses in Guyana. And I know a lot of Guyanese don't even know that they're battling these stuff because it's a taboo thing to speak about mental health, especially in a man's world. People don't like, what are you talking about? You understand? So, but it's a serious thing. And when you look around, a lot of people, I know a lot of people in Guyana battling these same issues, but they just find ways to disguise it. Because there's one of the big thing about it. You would find a lot of people would be the life of a party or a social event or whatever. And those are the same people that battling. And you wouldn't know that they're battling it because they would be loud and wherever, and in the quiet moments, they're battling a demon, a serious thing.
And you come from Black Bush, like you say,
Yeah.
That, we know it as the suicide capital.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
And you were saying that around you at that time, or even now, there are men who talk about anything serious, not mental health, they just don't have conversations.
Exactly, yeah. It's basically, a lot of people, like in Black Bush, a lot of people would be more consuming in the farming and stuff, and they would just, there's a whole different world by itself, you know. You don't really find people speaking about them stuff. And then, like for instance, you in Black Bush, you don't really have to carry on a big social life. So it's easy to go through the phase or go through it through your lifetime. But then when you're in a different environment and you have to deal with people on a daily basis and these things, that is when you start to realize that you need to get yourself better. You know, you can't live life like this. You know, because I remember one time we were in America touring. We just moving from state to state doing music, and I battling my anxiety situation and really depressed. And my guy with me, Ken Taylor, he used to be my road manager and producer and stuff from Brutal Tracks. He reached out to me a day and said, you know, Mystic, you gotta find a way to enjoy these moments. And it always stuck with me that, you know, why he would ask me something like that, because simple, like going down to the pool at the hotel, I wouldn't want to go. I wouldn't want to go to the gym. I wouldn't want to go to the buffet or nothing. Because I used to just feel comfortable when I finish what I was doing, run back in my room and just relax. Just die in my room, sleeping all day, start getting a belly ache, kind of thing, because I eating enough junk. Yeah.
So you decided to seek professional help?
Yeah. I realized that I needed to fix myself if I want to really accomplish what I know I can accomplish in music for myself and my country. And I decided to, as I said earlier, reach out to you. I reached out to Ravin, and then he spoke to the First Lady, and we started to, I went, and you actually made the appointment for me, you know, and I started to go and reach Miss Indira, and I started to take treatment. And I wouldn't say I'm 100% good to go, but I know I'm a way different person from that time to now. I know I could deal with stuff better. I'm more happy to get on stage, because I know I would woo people with my vocals and stuff. Because the last show I did for last year was at Luziknan, and when I finished performing, some trainees who were on the show, they came to me and they were like, this music is your music, like original? I said, yeah, you know, and they were amazed with especially the reggae part of Mystic, you know. And I'm finding that comfort, the comfortable spot now that I could just focus on doing music. You know, I'm getting there. I'm not 100% confident as yet, but I'm getting there slowly, and I'm very happy to you know, to assist whoever, like other people that battling these illnesses. I'm very happy if they could like gain something from my experience and my story. Even if they want to reach out to ask me, like gather information on how they could get help or whatever, I'm willing, because I know some people, we living in a society that some people would say like Mystic crazy, or what we talking about. But I'm prepared for it, for whatever would come following this interview. I'm good. I just want to be a help to others as well, because I know a lot of people in Guyana dealing with it. I know we're battling anxiety and depression and these stuff. Yeah, I know a lot of people battling.
Because in Guyana, when you say you have mental illnesses, when you're going to a psychiatrist,
exactly, yeah,
people say you're mad.
Yeah, you're a mad man or a mad woman or you're a mad person. That is how we see it, and I just hope we would like we could educate people more, especially like this generation coming up, and let people be more aware and look out for one another, and we would get a better society. You wouldn't see, I know for sure a lot of crime in these kind of crimes that we have in with domestic abuse and men mostly killing their wives, and all these things stem from some form of mental illness, because it's not normal behavior. Right? And if they could get help, if they could get people around them that would see that, you know, this person need help, and let we talk to you, let we talk to you and get help, you know. If we would, these things, these outbursts that you would see people cussing up people on the bus park or on the road, the road rage thing, man, cussing up one another about their mother on these things. This is not normal behavior. We say, hey, the guy needs thing, but this is how we do it. It's not normal. them thing in normal because you don't see people. I mean, it has happened in other places, but you don't see it like how it has happened here. People is like cussing up people on the park and these kind of thing, like nasty and disrespecting. There's not normal behavior. Yeah.
You have had support from your family.
Yeah. My mom is very happy that I am. Because I ask her often if she see changes in me, and she'll be yes. Because I mean, I'm her son, and she knows me better more than basically everybody. My immediate family, my relatives, and I got some good fans as well that over the years that I've grown close to. Leaving out music, we developed like a friendship, you know, and a lot of people would reach out to me. I would open up to them, and you know, because I'm happy that I feel I'm on that path to really like accomplish what I know I could accomplish in music for Guyana, for myself and for my country. You know, I know I got what it takes to really go up there, you know, and I'm happy that I'm looking after myself and you know, being the person that I'm really meant to be, the individual that I know I could be for the people out there, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
So what would you tell other men like yourself who struggle with this?
I would say reach out, like just reach out to people. You know your surrounding. You know who you could talk to concerning certain stuff. We all have people that we could relate to when we need certain things off we mind.
But
So,
it's a difficult thing to start that conversation.
yeah, it is. But you just have to know who would listen to you, and just put away pride. Just put that away and say what's on your mind, what's bothering you, and seek help. There's a lot of people out there that's willing to assist, and just don't shut yourself away. Like I did it for a whole long time, and I wish I had like known about these illnesses from way before, but it's never too late. I'm dealing with it now, and I'm good to go. I'm using my medications, and I'm getting there. And my fans, they could prepare to hear some more beautiful music, and you know, the realest Coolie Bai mistake.
So what is it that you're working on now? What music?
I'm doing. I have well, the next song I'm a release. It's a groovy soca named Miss Sunshine. I'm trying to get it out before the March season and the whole cricket carnival season again, because the time just flies so fast. I'm thinking reaching back just now, eh? So I'm trying to get it out, and then I have some reggae stuff I'm doing. I'm trying to I'm planning to go to Germany to go and do some recording. I'm working on it right now, and yeah, man, I'm just happy. I'm in a happy place right now to just do music, just focus on music and doing what I was really meant to do, you know. Yeah, and make people proud. Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.